All right, what's up, y'all? So I am in my office working my ass off on this meeting information tomorrow. And that means that I want you guys to come and take advantage of it. Because otherwise, what the heck am I putting this information together for? All right, so if you've been attending the meetings for the Mastering Real Food for a Lifetime progression, then this is the third meeting in that progression. If you haven't come to any of the meetings, this is a great standalone meeting because what we're talking about tomorrow, the main focus is insulin resistance and how to do low carb. All right, very powerful information. By the way, if you didn't know, insulin resistance is what's behind the majority of chronic degenerative disease. And insulin resistance is what's keeping you from experiencing all the benefits that you want to experience from a nutrition program. Low energy levels, body composition issues, even a lot of your physiological symptoms can be attributed to undoing and overcoming insulin resistance. So this is a great talk tomorrow. We're going to start with information about the roles of macronutrients inside the body. And what we mean by that is talking about why it's so beneficial to eat animal foods and plant matter and some of our fats and the roles of carbohydrates inside the body. And we'll talk specifically about what those foods do when they get inside your body to give you confidence and to make you feel really good about the way that we're eating. All right. It's also going to give you some confidence to understand that it's okay to pull out carbohydrates here and there because all of these other macros are giving us so many other benefits. After we go through the roles of macronutrients, we'll talk about insulin resistance in detail and what contributes to it. By the way, if you didn't know, it's types of foods, which if you're eating our way, you're already doing a great job. But we'll talk about why the wrong types of foods contribute to insulin resistance. Also, the second thing that contributes to insulin resistance is the crappy fats that we're trying to avoid or that we are avoiding. And again, we're already doing the right thing, but this is really going to give you some leverage to make sure that you're reading labels and that you're asking questions when you go out and eat at restaurants. All right, because these things are insidious, and we'll talk about how they contribute to insulin resistance. And then finally, frequency of meals. Most of us are embracing natural space in between meals, but we'll talk about what's ideal and how frequencies of meals contributes to insulin resistance. All right. We'll also talk about like how low carb is the SHT. Let's map it out. If we're eating our 3/4 of a cup of starch and fruit per evening, which most of us enjoy that, is that a problem? How many carbohydrates are in that? What's the net carb count look like? And then we'll compare that to a standard American diet or even a person who thinks they're doing the right thing by eating their oatmeal and drinking their orange juice and eating their whole wheat bread. Like, what does their carb intake look like for a day? And then finally, we'll get into how to do low carb, our way, how to facilitate a personal experiment, and then how to measure progress as you're going through this thing. Because the ultimate goal of tinkering with low carb is just to see how you personally feel with it. And if you see some really good results, then you know that you want to sprinkle that in here and there. We'll finish off with a little bit more discussion around fasting. We'll get into more detail about it, some hydration guidelines, mineralizing water. So a really, really great, powerful meeting. And again, regardless of whether you attended the meetings before or not, this is going to be such a powerful meeting. Invite your friends and invite your family members. If you are a part of the progression, bring your guide because remember, the guide is a follow along workbook and we'll be talking off of the guide a lot. Okay? So, hey, I'm working my ass off in this presentation. Y'all come to this meeting tomorrow, virtual or in person, 10:30 a.m. PST. You better be there or else you're going to hurt my feelings. See y'all later.